Hey friends! Okay, so I'm really back this time. I'm for real.
Boy, if you don't get...
I then went on this little journey these past, October? Okay, so November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So these past 10 months, I have been going through a lot, like a lot. And I'm about to explain it to you. But I'm guessing that it was all because of my purpose. Because that's what the whole video is about. I found my purpose, you guys. And I told you that I was gonna tell y'all when I learned stuff about myself. So I'm gonna explain this the best way I know how, because I'm still in the journey and the process of understanding everything that God has been giving me, because it's been a lot. But I don't think that this is a journey that I'm supposed to understand by myself. And so that's why I'm sharing it with y'all, because I took the initiative to take this journey. So I said, whatever I learn about myself, I want to be able to share it with everybody and help young people understand that it's not easy loving yourself. It's not easy loving yourself and trying to find God at the same time within what you're doing and who you are, and just making sure that, like, I've been on this process of just trying to make sure that what I'm doing is aligning with what God has for me, what he wants me to do. I didn't want to do anything out of the ordinary. You know, I wanted to do something that made a difference. And 10 months ago, at that time in my life, I was, actually, it wasn't even 10 months ago. Add 3 months onto that. 13 months. I've been going through this for over a year now. Literally, dang, this is literally the year anniversary of when it started. And I'm about to explain it to you. So, basically in August of last year, I was just moving into a new apartment. Remember when I had first started my videos and stuff like that, it was like in December. So I had already started this journey and didn't even know it. So I was going through this big activism stride. Like I was learning who I was. I was going through a break with Anthony, a separation or whatever you want to call it. And I was figuring out who I was at the time. I was figuring out what I liked, what I didn't like, how I felt about it. I was figuring out me. I was going through a lot of family stuff at the time as well. So I had a lot of undercurrent anger that I didn't really notice it until like a lot of stuff just started happening at one time. So I'm gonna get into all that, and I'm probably gonna have to make a couple parts of this. So this is gonna be part 1 of it, and then I'm gonna turn the camera off, then make part 2, and then turn the camera off, possibly make part 3. But I'm just gonna give you what I've learned throughout this journey. So it's gonna be different segments with different titles, but it's all gonna be around this 13 months of me figuring out who Robin is. So at the time I was pushing this activism stride thing that I was doing, but I found myself getting more and more mad at white people. My white neighbors out there, because as of right now, mentally for me, and I'm sorry, because y'all did not do a lot of the things that I'm going through, but you have to understand, and I'm going to make a video about this eventually, but it's a journey for Black people to understand the hateful things that was done to us for so many years. And then the intentional hateful things that is done to our children on a daily basis, to our Black women who go into hospitals on a daily basis, our Black men who's just out in the streets on a daily, feeling like they can't be comfortable in a country that we built. Like, what? So it's a journey, and I'm gonna explain that eventually when I actually get the revelation and get the words together to explain it, because I'm still learning how to forgive a lot of y'all ancestors for a lot of the things that I had to learn when I got older. So you have to understand, because there's so many okay, let me say this one thing. Because there's so many years of people trying to hide what's been going on for generations of oppression, of us, from slavery, from just the effects of how our families had to put all the pieces back together, and we're still trying to figure it out. It's hurtful to learn that somebody intentionally did this to us. It's hurtful, and it makes us angry. And after a time of us being angry, well, after a time of denial, then we get angry, then we go through that whole little process, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make a video about that later, but I just wanted to touch on that because I was going through that at that time. I was so angry about everything. And then it was not only, because it was the summer of 2020, so that was Ahmaud Arbery, that was Breonna Taylor, that was George Floyd. Like, it was so many things going on, and I was helping lead protests. It'll probably be a clip in right here. Hold on. Boom.
Police! No justice! No peace! No racist! Police! Who lives better? Black lives matter! Who lives better? Black lives matter! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
Because I got my editing skills together. Okay. And then it was just a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot. And it was just stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. And at that time, even though I was on this big self-love kick, mental health really wasn't as important to me as it is now. It evolved. Like, I was like, okay, I need to do this because of my mental health, but I need to take a break up from it too after some time. And now I'm learning I need to take steps away from it sometimes, because it can drain you. It can really drain you. And so in August, I had moved into my new apartment with my sister. We moved into our new apartment. I was doing the activism thing. I was a Black leader at my school. I was getting my grades together. I did amazing that semester. It was just, I was getting my life together. So we moved into the new apartment, and like literally we call him our brother. Our brother De'Aaron had helped my sister move in. I had some of my friends come and help me move into my apartment. And we live in the same building, so we were seeing each other or whatever. And he came downstairs one of the days out of the week, and we was all talking and laughing like we used to do. Mind you, we've been friends with him since we got to school. Like literally, maybe like the second week we were at school, we met him. So this is like 5 years of friendship. And so we all chilling. He leave that night. Then I get a call from him while I'm at school. He's like, well, I just got stopped by the police. I need you to come get my car. He was always doing some stupid stuff. So I come and pick him up because he had got stopped, and I don't think he had insurance or something. It was something that he was supposed to have, and he didn't have it. And so I had to come and get him to make sure that he just got a ticket. But I had got him. My friend had helped him with his car. We had seen him. We left to go and do whatever we was doing. I don't know what we were doing, but we said bye, said we love you, all right, whatever, bye. So 2 days later, I get a call from his girlfriend saying that he passed away. He went to his hometown for I think it was like a night. He didn't even go for the weekend. He went for a night to go and drop off, I think it was like a car or something. I don't know what he was doing. But he got in a car accident and he passed away. Now, me with deaths, I haven't really had a lot of deaths in my life at that time. And when it was deaths, it was older people. I didn't really have anybody closer my age besides a young lady I used to go to school with in high school. And I don't know, it just seemed like every time somebody passes away around me, it doesn't hit me until like later on. Like I don't really notice I don't really feel the heartbreak and the pain, and when everybody's crying and stuff like that, I don't really feel it instantly. I kind of feel it after it sink in, like, yeah, you're not gonna see that person again. Like you're not gonna talk to him again. You're not gonna be able to hang with him again. You're not gonna be able to do none of that. So this was the beginning of the school year. So I'm like, all right, I'm sad about it. Everybody messaging me about it because everybody's seen us on campus together and stuff like that. And like he only had a certain group of friends, so we was the only ones that everybody was gonna talk to about it besides his girlfriend. And so every 5 seconds somebody asks me how am I doing, how my sister is doing, all that stuff. And I don't know, I was sad, but it didn't really hit me until like, first it hit me that day and I cried that day, but like after that it took like maybe a month or two just to really settle in, like, wow, he is gone. Like just me and my sister sit up and reminisce, but we didn't notice I was drinking a lot. I just kept drinking. I was just drinking at first just to, not even think about him being gone at first. And then after a while, I'm like, girl, you don't need to be drinking like this. So I stopped. This is how I am. If I will sit and give myself some time to like do whatever thing that I'm trying to do to distract myself from whatever I'm trying to distract myself with. And then I'll be like, okay, get yourself together. Now we got to move on. We got to push through. And I realized that at that time, I was not okay. I'm literally just not realizing that. At that time, I was not okay. Because I was spending money like it wasn't nothing. I had a savings. I had a savings. And I spent every penny of it. Because I was like, listen, I only live once. I'm not about to waste my life. That was the first thing that I thought. I was like, I'm not about to waste my life. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it now. So then, in like October, I had just spent my last to go to Atlanta with my friend. Did that, had an amazing time. Happy I actually did it, even though I was broke after it, but I was happy that I actually did it because it was actually good for that moment. I'm gonna tell you why now. So right after I was getting to the point where I was finding my peace. When I got to Atlanta, I was chilling. I loved Atlanta. I love Atlanta so much. Like, I want to move down there. If God let me move down there, I'm going to move down there. First flight. Promise you, bags, everything packed, not playing. But anyway, so I got to the point where I found my peace. I needed the break in Atlanta. I needed to chill. I found that and I was okay. And I got to the point where I was like, okay, even in my worst times, even when times are like feeling really iffy, I still had peace and faith. And I still felt okay because me and God's relationship was like this. Like, we were like this. So it was like, no matter what's going on at that time, I'm gonna be okay because God got me and I got him. We got each other, right? So then maybe like 3 days after I came from Atlanta, I was driving to go and get my friend China. This was after Corona. So, we were not going anywhere. And I'm a college student, so I ain't paid for no insurance. I said, I don't drive the car. And at that time, I had a little thing going on. So I really didn't drive at all. And so I took my car, but I wasn't driving my car. My friend was driving my car. I took my car. Well, he took my car. We were driving down one street. I think what is it called? Westwood? We were driving down Westwood and a cop car, while we had the green light, a cop car came and he was going to hit the middle of the car, but my friend had swerved the car. So because he swerved the car, the cop still hit the back of the car, knocked my whole bumper off my car. My car hasn't drove right since. My car is dead. Like, I stopped driving it because I'm already scared of cars in the first place. That got me. I was like, So the car wasn't driving right. I was like, I'm not about to drive this car no more because I don't want to get hurt or tear down or whatever. I didn't want that to happen. So the cops tell me, oh, everything's gonna be okay. We go to the chiropractor and stuff like that. Boom, we talking to lawyers like, okay, so what do we need to do so they can pay our car back? I mean, pay us the money for our car. They're like, they denied the claim. The police, like the city, because I would have had to sue the whole city of Toledo in order for me to get anything back for my car or for our injuries or anything. And so they're like, because we're going through this, we're going through the chiropractor now, so we're trying to make sure our back is okay, because our back was bruised, our ribs were bruised, like stuff like that. We were trying to make sure that we were okay. They're like, they don't have to pay for anything. I'm like, so who gonna pay for these bills? You. Like, they're like, shawty, you. Who you think gonna pay for these bills? So I had over $2,000 worth of bills and a broken car. Well, a tore down car, or whatever you want to call it. And it took me through a time of overly depression. I was so sad. I was so sad, and I felt so defeated at the time, because I already didn't like white people to begin with. Like, I already didn't like the police to begin with. And I don't even know if the man, I remember it was a black guy in the car, but he wasn't the one driving the car. I don't even know if the dude who was driving the car was white or not, but in my head, he was white. He wasn't black, I know that much. And I know that I was mad as heck, because I felt like the police had some nerve to hit my, and it was right after I hosted my first rally at the school. Like, because remember I told you I was feeling myself. I was in my peaceful state. I was fine. I did my rally right before I went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta that weekend. 3 days later, on I think a Wednesday or a Thursday, they hit my stuff. I was mad. I was so mad because they ran a red light. They put that they were at fault on the dang on report and still hit my car. Pissed, irritated, over irritated. So actually, I think I'm going to end this video. So I'm gonna stop this, and then I'm gonna have a part 2. So I wish nothing but love and prosperity your way, period.